Today's January 18th, 2023. And you're looking at the micro crude chart. It's a 187 constant volume bar chart. And I've marked 6 o'clock here. This chart runs prior to 6 and will run later than noon. But all we're going to go and review today is between 6 and 12. It's this little 6-hour window. Today is Wednesday. Today would normally be the day the crude report comes out, but this week has been a little wonky because we had Martin Luther King's birthday on Monday, which gave us a shortened day. And then Tuesday was rollover day. So that gave us a shortened volume day. And then, so this is the first day out of the gate, truly for the week, normal, sort of. And it's abbreviated because the crude report that normally comes out around 10:30 is moved till tomorrow. So again, even with all of those idiosyncrasies at the market, we're going to review the trades, trade by trade, just as the GUI lays out. All right, now, there's my price failure. There's, the background color is white. There's my failure. There's my confirmation bar. So that means we're going to go long on the next bar. Open of this bar. Now, we're going to stay with the trade. Comes up, makes a new high, pulls back. Remember our stop. You can place your stops anywhere you want. Personally, on these speed of charts, once I choose a chart to trade, I usually just pull my stops off my price failures. And I'll show you, I review these charts every day. You make that choice yourself. You choose to take the stops off of price failures or color, make it maybe even a single bar at a time. Some of you on runs will take it even off the failures. I'm not that pushy. All right, so there's our entry. Comes down, gives us a price failure here, pulls back up. What's created here is a failure, a price failure. And this price failure is not what I want to see if I'm going long. I want price as it's oscillating up to make new highs, not price failures. I'm not interested in price failing to make a new high. So when that bar closes, I want to get my confirmation bar. And when the confirmation bar closes to confirm that that's a price failure, I'll exit out of that trade. So I'll exit on that bar. Remember, my entry was on this bar. Now that trade is going to constitute just a little bit of a loss. Confirmation bar, there's my exit. And we're going to color that bar red for loser. Just kidding. I don't mind losing trades. I just don't like losing days. And I really don't like losing weeks. All right, hold on. Next chart out. Now, let's go. We have a failure. Oh, wonderful. There's my confirmation bar. Great. Here comes a trade. Nope. My target is failure. Now, if I'm trading, I want everything in my favor. It's like running a sailboat. I want to be heading into the winds. I want to take full advantage of it. So the only thing I don't like about this is my target is a failure. That seems like a self-defeatist attitude. I don't want to trade toward failure, so I'm not going to take that trade. But we're going to look at it to watch it play out just so that you see. There's my failed bar. There's my confirmation. My entry would have been here. Now, price did go up, and you could have taken the trade and taken a little profit, but there's a price failure. The same thing happened again. Price failed again into this consolidation, and there's the confirmation. So you'd have been into that trade here and out of that trade there. Now you'd have ended up making, in the neighborhood of maybe 3 ticks. Minus commission, you'd have been up a couple bucks. To me, I don't like taking those chances. I want to be trading toward new highs or new lows, or at the very minimum a failed, and I'll show you that when they ever pop up. I'll show you how those work. So no trade here. Next trade out. We're looking for those failures. We didn't take the trade here because of this one. We're not going to take the trade here. You know, it's all back toward failure. Price oscillates, goes down. Okay, great. Now we get the color change. Remember, the color changes every time we break through the previous either new low or failed low, new high or failed high. In this case, it's a failed low. As soon as we break through that point right there, we get a color change. Color change denotes change in direction of the chart. It's now down. So now we're going to look for selling opportunities. Well, there's price failure bar. Now, it's a red bar, but I will accept a red bar as a price failure bar to enter a trade if it's, you know, if it's that new oscillation. Hard if it's at the top or the bottom if I'm buying. So at that point, you know, there's my failure bar, there's my confirmation bar. Wonderful. There's my entry. Okay. Now, immediately price goes down for a little bit, goes back up and stops me out. Completely stops me out of my trade. There's my exit. Remember, my entry is on the open of the bar following confirmation. You're going, oh, 2 trades in a row. Oh my gosh, Armageddon. What do we see? Failure, failure, new high, failure, 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 failure. It's like a pinball machine. What was happening in here was all consolidation. We've dropped out of consolidation. You know, is it going to be stable or is it going to go back up? Well, you know, price earlier in the day here was coming up from a bottom. So, you know, the overall direction of the chart at this point is up. So we'll see. That wasn't a good trade. That was a, you know, quick reversal in consolidation. Now remember, a lot of reasons why we're consolidating today is because the crude report, which we're trading crude, moved over a day. So now, next oscillation. Lovely, got a failure. Great. Background color green. There's my failure. There's my confirmation bar. There's my entry. Lovely. Green bar, blue bar, blue bar, blue bar. Oh no, exit. 3 blue bar exit. And again, what's happening? Price is fighting this down move because the overall direction of the chart today is up. But we don't care. We're going to take every trade that's rule based. So there's my entry bar, and then my exit is up here. So there's the exit on the open of that bar, 3 blue bar exit. Remember, there's my confirmation bar, there's my entry. Now it truly is Armageddon. We have 3 losing trades in a row. Well, see if we can break out of consolidation. We know the market is going back up. We know that highly likelihood that it's going to go back up and test its last high, which was right there, which is close. So let's see how it plays out. Now, this is our crossover trade. And I haven't pointed it out yet, primarily because Frank and I talked about it a little bit, and the original assessment for the we call it a breakout change or a color bar change, you know, when your color background changes, that, you know, when it changes, it's a good opportunity to buy or sell. Well, not always. The clarification is that if, you know, your white areas, as you track them, if they're making new highs and your green areas are making higher lows, I mean, there's your sheer definition of trend. Price and trend is moving up. So your highest probability of winning trades are going to be buy trades. When your green areas are making lower lows sequentially and lower highs sequentially matching, the same thing occurs. Now you're going from a bull trend, there's a bear trend. And at that particular point, your sells kick in. So at this point, as soon as price breaks that failed high right there, at that particular moment, that executes a breakout trade. Now that breakout is because, and I'll scrunch this together to show you, compare resistance to resistance. This is making a new high compared to the previous white area. So it's making a new high. Support is making a higher low. So we can see that, this is from the sheer, and I used to get teased about this, the sheer flow of price is a bull trend. I can define it based on 3 points: resistance, support, and resistance, or support, resistance, and support. So we see that the overall move here is back up, right? So as soon as that enters there, I'm going to enter that trade. Now, you can, again, adjust it on the bars. If you're going to enter the trade there, you have basically the seat of your pants to go by for a stop. So you can either use the price failure down here, which is what I do. I just use the last failed oscillation, because once it pulls back here, I adjust the stop here. As price moves up in here, we got 1, 2, 3 bars, 3 green bars, and then we get an exit. So that worked out really well. So the stop was here. Once we get 3 green bars, we take an exit. Next trade. Price failure. All right. Now, in the sheet that I'm going to put in for the week, it shows that trade, and it shows it is a losing trade. I'm going to show it to you. There's your price failure, there's your confirmation bar, there's your entry. The only problem is you're trading back toward a failure. And again, if you want to minimize that stress and the palpitations, stay away from those trades. They give you heartburn. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't, but it's like, I don't. So next oscillation. Got one here. There's your price failure. Excuse me. There's your confirmation bar. Okay. And then there's your entry. All right. Now, everything, and you're trading toward the new high. There's your entry. And this thing just continues to drop until you're stopped out. We're going to recap here in a minute. Remember, we've been doing this every day. So, we have 13, 24, 34, have 42 points negative, 27, 42. $15. We're down $15. And it's like, oh my God, this stuff doesn't work. I'm just kidding. So let's watch. Now, you're out of that trade. You're going, creates a failure. Okay, where's my target? New high. There's my fail bar. There's my confirmation bar. Take the entry. Okay. I'm in. I adjust my price failure here. 1, 2, 3 bars, green bars, and I'm out. So remember your entries here. 3 green bars, there's your exit. Now it drops. You're in that trade and you're going, Now it's short. Now I'm looking for shorting opportunities. Let's go bar by bar. There's my failure. Lovely. Oh, confirmation bar is green. Okay. Lovely confirmation bar. So there's my entry. Problem is that it immediately creates the failure. So on the close of this bar, I'm out on this bar. So you're looking at this going 5 losers, 2 winners. Yucky. Well, we're not done. we trade the day. Excuse me. So now we have a new low. We don't trade from new lows. We trade from failures. There's a failure and it's a red bar. Well, let's see the next one. It's a blue bar, wrong direction. Break out of resistance here. Okay. Okay, what do we have? We have new resistance, failed support. There's my breakout. Can I take a trade? Absolutely. Okay, so as soon as it enters the trade there, you're long. Okay, and as soon as it crosses that F, because it'll change color, you're long. You're confident. Now we'll see how that change of trend affects you immediately. You're in that trade, green bar, oh well, then you get a black bar. We don't see these very much. The black bar is telling you that I'm creating a resistance point of support or resistance, and I'm creating a point of support. This is creating a failed oscillation of support and just an oscillation, new high of resistance. Well, on that bar, as soon as the confirmation bar closes next to that green bar, okay, I'm going to get out. And the reason I'm going to get out is because it's transitioned. I now know that that black bar, for the same reason you have a green bar, is going to transition. It's going to do something. It's either going to pivot and go lower or pivot and go higher. And at that point, I'll just wait for the next reason to get into the trade. So remember, we got in up here. We got out here after it confirmed. Oh, wrong way. Hold on. Entry, exit. We'll do a recap. $24, $42, $53, $59, $59 negative, $42. $17 points down yet. Wow. Where is it? Oh, it's 11:30. Well, that transition popped as soon as that price dropped. Yeah, okay. Looking at my other chart. As soon as that price dropped, it went up, created a perfect failure, trading back toward a new low. There's your confirmation bar, and there's your entry. At that point, she dropped, when it came back through, created your next failure here. You adjust the stop to here. Bar created another low, new low, new low, new low, new low. Here it starts to bounce, creates another failure. You readjust your stop to here, new low. Now it starts to bounce again and takes you out at support here. Now, at that support level, you're stopped out, but remember that you got into that trade here. So you're now 20 points up for the day, $20 up for the day in 3, 6, 9 trades. And you're getting close. It's about 8 minutes till 12. And it's like, well, you know, what's it going to do? I don't know. Well, there's your 1158 bar. Okay. This bar is, you know, closing. There's your failure. There's my confirmation. There's my entry bar. Now we're going to follow this. This is like right at 12 noon. We're going to look at it. Drops, 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 drops. No reason to get out yet. New low. Comes up and takes you out, stops you out right here about 12:30. Remember, you got in that trade here. Oh, I hate when my fingers twitch. So there's your recovery of the day. And being 20 here, you ended up the day being $73 a contract up. Now, what'd the rest of the day do? Well, if you saw this thing dropping, okay, and you decided, well, you know, it's dropping, maybe I'll get some more opportunities. There's your failure. There's your confirmation, trading back toward a new low. Okay. Everything's running. You're adjusting your stops, 3 bars, 1, 2, 3, and you're stopped out before you close your third bar out. Remember, there's your confirmation bar. There's your entry. So, and I'll move these over here. There's $24 more. And she drops again. And you look at it and you go, well, you know, let me see. So there's your confirmation. There's your entry. Now, at this point, you're dropping and you create failure. Now, at that point, right here, when that bar closes, you're going to get the failed oscillation, but you're right there matching that support level. I'm not looking at that point. I mean, I'm just, as soon as I'm dropping, and as soon as it drops through that failure, I'm just going to stay with the trade. That's me. But let's say that you're just twitchy and you got out at that point anyway. So as soon as that confirms, you're out of that trade. And there's another $20. So then price comes up again, you get a failure, there's your confirmation bar again. Okay, so, and there's the market creates another failure of support to chop you out. So at that point, let's say you take that trade. There's your confirmation, there's your entry, there's your exit. And this is where we are currently right now, which is about 4:30, and that's why there's not much market movement out there. We're going to show you the rest of them though while we're at it. So then you get, you know, you're out of that bar. On the bar you exit is your confirmation bar to get right back into the trade again. So, you know, if you're if you're in that trade, it's like if you're paying attention, you're going to get right back into it again. And then right down here at the bar at the bottom, you see, oh, and it gives me a red bar to get out. So, and there's 78. Now, you're already in that trade. There's your failure. There's no confirmation for entry. You know, it's 2:30 and primarily there's no confirmation. Blue bar, it's close, but, you know, and yeah, it would have been a, you know, decent trade, but, you know, we're not stretching. If that's, you know, you can if you want. I'm just telling you, if that's not a green bar, I'm not shorting it. So by trading after 12 o'clock today, you'd ended up with another 44, 122, another $115 on 4 trades. So, I understand the day going into it. Understand that the start of this day was probably going to be choppy because of no crude report. And how did the day turn out? Choppy. I mean, we made money until 12 o'clock. We ended up with, $73. And per contract for the micro, considering your margin's $100, that's 73% return on your money. After commissions, still well over 50% return on your money. So PRICEPhysics GUI laid in front of you. So hope you had a good day. I'm going to go take a look at the S&P, and I'll throw that one up next. Have a good day.